one day I hear this knock on the door, and this woman, man and woman standing there, and they're dressed nice, in their quote Sunday best, and says, "Hey, do you want to take in the good book and everything?" And I said, "What book are you talking about?" And they give me a little pamphlet. I said, "Well, I read this book every day." "Oh, you do?" Their eyes lit up. "Yes, I do." I said, "But isn't it a way of living and not a way of reading?" "Oh, well, you got to start somewhere with the book." I said, "I do." "Well, which book do you read?" I said, "Step out of the way for a minute." And they stepped off to the side. They go, "What are you doing?" I come outside, and I said, "See, every morning the sun comes up in the east." And I said, "It's like a page, and it's surely going to set in the west." I said, "But what we get through that day and what we read and what we learn is learning how to read the animals, learning how to read the trees, the grass. What's happening today? What's growing new today?" Yesterday I came out here, and these flowers, these little leaves were probably half that size. Now they're twice that size. That means there's life there. That means that's part of what I'm reading. I went over there, I found some rhubarb. I took my fork out, and my father had taught me when gardening to aerate the roots. It makes the plant grow easier for the rhubarb to come up. I did that. Now it's twice its size. And I didn't have, as a custodian of the land, we need to learn these things, And that's why I say we bring this with us. And so that woman was kind of astounded to say, look at me and say, "That's not a book." Well, maybe today she may see it as a book, I hope. Because you need to go and learn how to live that way. You need to respect the earth. Because after that, if it should not be here, we would not be able to sit here. This gives us oxygen. If we mess that up, we're not going to have nothing to breathe. We got to be careful, And it's all resting in our minds nowadays. It's in our heads. Because they can't survive. The animal world and the plant world can't survive nowadays. We've made it to a point it can't survive without our help. I've been working on this sculpture here, and I don't write letters. I do write letters. I shouldn't say that, but I try to translate my feelings in my mind and everything I want to put out. Some artists use canvas. Others use different mediums, clays and things. I use stone. And I try to release what's in that stone to the people. Now, this particular stone comes from South America. Brazilian soapstone, as we nicknamed it. I come from a family of a lot of different artists in our mediums. And I found this kind of soapstone is the best that works for me. If I pick up a stone, such as marble or, a granite or something hard, and I have a difficult time trying to manipulate it or shape it into something that it must not want to be, because it's fighting back. It's very hard stone to work with. I watch other artists and I say to myself, why are you taking on a difficult task like that and forcing that stone to become something it obviously doesn't want to be if it takes that much effort to make it that? Now, I pick up this stone, and the effort and the time that it takes, hello geese, and the time that it takes to make that makes my life very happy. It's very pleasing to be able to work with a stone that wants to be worked with, if you see what I'm saying. And that's why when people bring me other stones, I'm sorry. If it doesn't want to be something that it already is, then I'm not going to force it into anything else than what it is. I'm going to keep it that way. And I keep them. I have the stones, I have all kinds of rocks. I have rocks from just about every place I've ever been or gone to. I pick up a stone and I bring it home with me. I travel with it. So when people ask me, I sometimes do this to, stones don't have no life. They have no. So we refer to them as the grandfathers, the elders, and people have no idea how old them stones could be. Well, how does a stone move? So people say, that stone can't move. I say, well, you want to see me make it move? Yeah. Okay, turn your back, and move that stone from here to there. When they look back, what happened? Well, it moved. Yeah, it did. But through the help of us as humans. We helped it move. But it got there, didn't it? And it must have wanted to go there because it must have asked me how to get there. And I was, oh, I'll show you how to get there. You do it like this. You see? So we're still in connection. We still have a connecting to the earth right there. There's still a connection to the rocks. There's still a connection to the grandfathers. And I know that's what I'm supposed to be doing. That's my role, is what I do right here. And to show what I'm showing here is that as I sit here and I look at these trees, and if I don't look after them or help them out with protecting them, like with water, making sure nobody comes and destroys them, or there's nothing more disgraceful than to see a bulldozer knock over a tree. I hate to see that, because even if you got to take the tree down, there's other uses for that wood, you know. And I don't know what they do with them, where they put them, but if anything, it could go back and it feeds the rest of the earth, because when it decomposes, it comes back as food. You know, all them dead branches, they become food.